Hi, I'm Jim from SEO Marketeer, and today we're going to talk about Meta Slider and how it fits into your WordPress site. So stick with me and we'll be right to it. How you doing today? Let's get started here. We'll talk about Meta Slider. I have a WordPress site already set up. So here we are. So within the WordPress, I have the Ocean WP theme, but we're just go into plugins and we'll add the new plugin. So start with clicking on plugins, add new, and then we search for Meta Slider. Pop up. It's a responsive slider. It's free for all your WordPress sites. There's a pro version. We'll cover off a little bit about that. What that covers off later. So right now we're going to install it. It's actually, the name is by Meta Slider, so you don't need to look for anybody else. Okay, go ahead and activate it. Okay, once you activate the Meta Slider, it'll show up down here on the sidebar. So if we click on the Meta Slider, it takes you into a home slider screen page here. Over here, you can set the width and the size of the slider you want to set it to. There is a way, if you go into settings, let's start with that, I guess, a little bit. You can actually set your default settings to be the slider you want. Right, so you could have a new slider title and what the base image and the height would be. So I have mine set to 1600 and 500, or you could click at the full width. 1600 is approximately the full width of a slider anyway. So if we go back into the Meta Slider, I'm not going to do any add-ins on this one, but there are a few add-ins for the Meta Slider. So you'll see here, you'll have your home page, and this is starting out here, which is the home page slider. You can add a new slideshow if you want, but we'll just work off the home page slider, which is, for my blog that I've actually started, right? So here you'll click on that, add new, and then there'll be the media library. So you could upload your files like normal, So you can select files, go in. I've created a couple here for slideshow, so you can add a slide like this. We'll open it up, clicks it into, it's a normal WordPress media. So then you can add the slider to the show, or you can add another slide. If you want to go in, you can do the same thing where you just upload files. You could drag multiple files into it, or you can just click on them like you normally would and add multiples at one time. Here we go. So now you'll see you have all your slideshow set up. So right off the get-go, it's pretty basic from a perspective compared to some of the other sliders out there, where you basically get your slideshow. You can only upload an image in the free version. You could set a URL link to it. So if you want to add a link to pop open a new page within your website, or if you want to put an external link, you could put something here. So you could put your HTTP. Slash, and I'm just going to do this for this website, which is, or I should say my website. So we'll put that in there and it'll activate a link. Now you can add this without a caption, or you can add a caption. Sometimes people like to put captions within the file, which these will appear underneath the picture of the slider. So on the first one, we'll just do that. So we're going to put kitten just for as a caption. So here you go. You can add an SEO. So you have an image title, or you can put an alt text if you want to use an image alt text. So for SEO search results, sometimes it's not ideal to use a name like this. You probably want your images to actually have a proper name of what the image is, or some kind of SEO term or tag, right? So it appears better in the Google searches. Otherwise, these underscores and the dashes aren't going to appear very well. Numbers don't mean anything to the Google search. So within here, cropped. So depending on the size of the picture, you can set it to top left, top center, right, or you could just center it. Like here, center, so the center of the image. So if you did have an image and you wanted to just clip off to the one side or the other, you could do that, or the bottom. So that's pretty much how you set it up, and that's pretty much the capabilities of adding these meta files. Now with the slider, you have 4 different options. You have the flex slider, you have the R slide, you have the Nivo slider, and the coin slider. Now I've had to really figure out what these mean, right? So you can set the bandwidth, the size, the height, and the width, and you could do a fade in on this one, or you could do a slide as it changes. So these are just pretty much your effects. R slide seems to have just the fade. Nivo slider has the ability to do much more. So you could do from the slide down, you could do it up, you could fade in still or fold. And these actually have box reins, so they're actually pretty cool. And coin slider pretty much just has rain. So they all have their own little variants of it. But for this one, if you want to go to a box rain, you can go here. Save this. Then we can do a preview, and it will preview the slider. So you'll see how it kind of rains out, which is not probably really what we want to do. So we'll just leave it to, fade. Some people like to do a slide, so, slide in right. We'll just leave it at that. So, okay, if you go down, we're going to save this again. I always try to make sure I always save things, so, you don't forget it, and if anything goes wrong, you don't lose what you've done. So there's advanced settings down the bottom, so you can set it to 100% width, center alignment, autoplay, which is some good things around. You got smart crop on the cropping, or you could disable that if you want to keep your images the size they are, and you can set your delays and your speeds, right? So a lot of times when it slides in and out, you want to make sure you set it so if people aren't waiting too long, but you don't want it to go too fast, right? So people have time to view the slide, especially if you're linking it to something. You want them to have the ability to click on it. So when you look at this, that's pretty much it from a slide perspective. When you go down to here, you'll see that it's created a shortcut, a short code, I should say, right? So which we're going to copy that short code, and then I'm going to go in and show you how to set this up on the actual website. So if we go to pages, I always like to do mine off homepage. So I created a homepage, which is always the front page of my my blog or my commerce or something to start out my website, opposed to doing it with just blog settings and things like that. So from here, you can actually add it, go in, add the short code, and you could just paste it into here. So if we do an update, then we'll go into preview. Just preview in a new tab. You'll see how you have the slider. So it's set in here, and this is, I guess if you want to keep your current theme and you don't want the full page, you want to keep the sidebar, and you just want this to be inserted within the page, you can keep it like this, but I'm going to show you another way to do this. So let's close this. Let's just remove this block for now. And if you come down to this, because this is the Ocean WordPress here, if you go down to the bottom, Ocean has a shortcodes tab here, so you can put it wherever you want it on your website. So if you want it on this page and you want it to be before the title, after the header, so let's put it here after the header. We'll just do an update again. Let's go in and preview it. And now you'll see it's the full size of the page. I like to do my sliders on my home page setting as opposed to my header, because if you put it into the header, it'll appear mostly on all the pages. Or if you can manipulate the header depending on which version you're using. You can only make it appear on just the front page and not the others. But for me, I always kind of like to build out my pages independently. So I'd put a header on like the front page. Then when I create my other pages, it wouldn't appear because it's not actually sitting within the header. So that's pretty much how you would do it this way. So if you wanted to stick anywhere else in your site, you can put it into, before the top bar. You could do it after the top bar. So it's not probably a place I would put it. Some people prefer to do that. But if you put it before the top bar, then it would be all at the very top of the page. So, I mean, you could add it to footer widgets, which is nice about, if we just get out of here now, if we go back to the plugin, right, the Meta Slider, you can go in and you can create as many sliders as you want. So you can add a new. So here we can create a new slideshow. And if you want to put, say, maybe you want separate slides for other reasons on the website, say maybe you want it on a post, you want little slider, we have some images, or, and you could do that to any of the pages, right? So it would be beneficial to do that for SEO purposes, though. I tend to try to stick with minimizing the websites. Adding a lot of sliders to the sites, the website could slow it down, and it's one thing you really don't want to do from a website perspective, because it won't show up well in the SEO rankings. So if we go down here to add-ons, let's just look at this really quick. What I did say is that, this is the free version, which I've installed here, right? So you get unlimited slides, multiple slideshow types. Like I said, you can do it does get regular updates and intelligent image cropping. So if you do put an image in there, it'll make it the size you want it to be. What you don't get in this is probably where this is a better slider for just simplistic images and not so much anything where you want to put great content. You don't get any kind of real thumbnail navigation. You can add videos to this or HTML overlays, which I will cover off in some other videos, some of the other free versions that actually have the ability to do HTML overlays, which that's pretty good. Like if you're a blog website, you want to post some of your blogs, you can import text and things into there. So, you could have that read me more link and, a quick snapshot of what it is. But this, to me, this is it's highly rated, it's very responsive, but it's probably pretty much more on the simplistic point of view. So yeah, like I said, if you want to do, which is kind of a cool feature here, if you do with the Pro version, you can actually schedule slides. So if you had different slides you want to create, you could say, I only want this to run until Friday, and I want this new slideshow to start over after that. You could do things like that. So this is just going to be pretty much a short video here. This is pretty much what Meta Slider can do. So if we go back one last time, let's preview this. And sorry, that's because it's on. Let's go back to my dashboard because that's the other slide. We don't want this. Click on this. Right, so we go. I guess we got to go. Oh, here we go. Browse slideshow. So this is the home page slider we created. And we go back again. Like I said, you can see now that there's two up there. The home page and the new slider I created. So like I said, as you start to create them, it's best to name them the best you can, so you can actually see them. So you actually can go back and you could edit the slides if you want here. You could delete them. You could have them open in a new window when you click the links, so they don't necessarily have to be on the same page. So if you are looking at an external link like this one, you might want to click this. In this case, go back and we'll preview this now. Save this again. Preview the slide. So now if I click on this, it'll open up in a new slide my actual website. So like I said, if it's external links, I tend to usually have them on new websites. If it's internal links, I would leave them I would leave this unchecked. So like I said, this is being an external link. This is an external link. I have it open in a new window. If it's internal, then I would leave it unchecked for you, right? So So here we go, you know, you could add a description. Well, it's actually a description from the actual media library. So if you want to import the text you have from your actual media campaign, then you would click on these boxes. But like I said, I entered this manual, so it did put a caption in here. So if we go, like I said, if we go back to preview, you can see that it'll say it on here. Now we go down to the next one, and there's none on there, so it's not showing up. Hope you enjoyed this video today. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, help out the rankings, and if you like this, smash that like button. Thank you.